Andy. I'm your best buddy, and we're gonna listen to Bored and Annoyed.
Who the fuck is this piece of shit?
I'm Chucky.
You're not Chucky.
Yes, I am. I look exactly like him.
You're the ugliest version of me I've ever seen. Shut the fuck up.
That's bad language.
What are you?
Are we having fun yet?
What are you?
I'm Alexa, but a doll that no one would buy.
They'll buy me.
Killing me?
Yes.
No, put the knife down, Chucky.
How much longer are we going to drag this out?
That's enough.
All right, so if the people didn't understand.
That was old Chucky versus new Chucky.
Right, yeah. So hopefully, I mean, yours was probably funnier, which isn't how it actually is.
We were like inverse of like what reality is on that one.
But anyways, so we're bored and annoyed with toys.
Yes,
today.
we had Toy Story 4 and we had the new Child's Play.
Yeah, I mean, 2 peas in a pod, right?
Same level of quality, the exact same.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
No,
yeah, you're kidding.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm home with the movies.
And I'm Jackson.
And welcome to Bored and Annoyed.
So, the news.
News for yous.
Bringing you the most important and the most entertaining news that you will get all day. It's the movie news with a couple of rabble-rousers, Jackson and Home at the Movies. It's Bored and Annoyed with the news.
One of the things that you shared with me and kind of reminded me of something else that came out while we were on break, Taika Waititi apparently might be making a Flash Gordon animated movie.
Sounds perfect. Except for I wish it was live action.
Right. I mean, Flash.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's just fucking...
Because he's going to treat it as the cheesy, dumb.
Yes.
It'll be perfect. He's perfect for that.
I just hope, in all honesty, I just hope it's 2D animation, not 3D.
I thought about that. It depends. Like, if it's 3D animation, like Beowulf style, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh.
You know,
all right, I'd be on board for that.
Right.
I don't want something that looks like it's made by Pixar. Is
right.
Where I'm
exactly.
At.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the child animation. No, but like, yeah, I think it's time for another one of those like kind of realistic animation movies.
I mean, they never do very well. That's why Hollywood stopped doing it. But I mean, if anybody can do it and make it fun and accessible, it's probably Taika.
Yeah. They don't typically get great buzz and reviews either, though.
They don't.
So if you made a good one, you might be in a different, you know.
It's the uncanny valley shit.
The uncanny vanny?
Yes, that. Yeah. It's that, though, I think, anyways.
I think you're right. I actually really like Beowulf a lot. I think it's underrated, yeah.
I mean, I liked it a lot at the time. I don't think it has a ton of rewatch value.
You might be right. But it's a quick... Like, I think it's only like an hour and 25 minutes. Yeah. It burns through the you know, it's not like you're ever slow. It's got some really fucking awesome music.
Yeah.
I just think about the beginning, like when I don't even remember what studio put it out, but when the studio picture's going up, there's like this beating of the drums.
Yeah.
Oh, and he like fights those monsters in the sea.
In the sea. That's everybody that and the scene where he's naked fighting the whatever the
Grendel.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Demogorgon.
Oh, Grendel. Poor Grendel.
Oh, yeah. But that reminds me too. Taika is also apparently going to be making the live action Akira movie,
which is awesome.
Which is so great.
I bet you're excited for that.
The only thing, so this is all great. Like, I'm so happy for Taika. The only thing is, I want him to make Thor 4. Right.
Well, and I want him to make like the underground indie movies that are so fucking good.
Yes.
Like the Hunt for the Wilder People and fucking the vampire one, What We Do in the Shadows. It's like, don't get too big now.
Right.
Because those are great movies.
Yeah,
Hunt for the Wilder People is probably my favorite movie of his so far.
It's I don't throw perfect around, but it might be like perfect what it is.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
right.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, super happy for him about that. This will make you really happy. good old Robert Englund.
Oh boy, what's he doing now? I forgot about that.
Good old Robert Englund from Great Britain, thinking he's got another go at Freddy in him.
Hold on. Oh, wait. That's old news.
Is that old news?
Yes. We talked about that, I think, already.
Did we? Okay.
I thought you were going to say he... Like,
it popped up on my feed saying like
son of a bitch,
because they were thinking about like
he did say he said that when he did that episode of the sitcom.
Oh, okay.
But if he did, that'd be so exciting. I'm actually excited. He's going to be at a convention in Chicago in 2 months, so I'm going to meet him, which is like I'm going to be really nervous.
Go have a little tea and crumpets with him.
I probably will. Hopefully.
Let's see. We got. New Spider-Man movie has reviews out,
and they look good. We talked
really
about
good.
This last week.
Well, that was early reactions. This is
now it's
official
reviews. What's its Rotten Tomatoes score?
It's at 92% right now.
Pretty good.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for something better than just pretty good.
On that note, I'm going to piggyback on that.
Right.
Midsummer's reviews are out.
Are they really?
96%. And I just read a article in Fangoria magazine, which I decided to go ahead and get a subscription to that. And it's crazy. It comes in like a cardboard thing, like it's bubble wrapped and shit. The magazine, it's like real nice cardstock that they printed on.
Right.
But anyways, I read in there an interview with Jordan Peele and Ari Aster that is just like
they're just asking. Great. They're asking each other questions.
Well, Jordan Peele is interviewing Ari Aster technically, and he's just lauding the movie with praise.
Wow.
Yeah, like he thinks it's like great, and like they kind of bounce back and forth, and it's like you can tell these are two like brilliant motherfuckers who know what they're doing.
I was going to say it's kind of like those like what is it? Hollywood Reporter, I think, does it. Or maybe it's Variety, the actors circles, or
where
whatever.
They like interview each other.
The round table. Yeah. That shit is fucking great.
You get some pretty good insight, and it's funny too because they kind of go into like their different processes and how Jordan Peele like wants to cut everything.
Yes,
and Ari Aster makes like these 3.5 hour long movies and doesn't want to cut shit.
Right, and
he knows his movies are too long, and it drives him nuts.
It's one of those things. It's the thing that Taika said in one of his movies, which is you got to drown those puppies because every scene is a puppy that you love, but you have to kill
one. Apparently, Jordan likes to kill puppies.
Apparently so. Yeah. You heard it here first.
He's got people. He said he has people fighting with him. Like when he wants to cut something, they're fighting like keep it in the movie. So that's not what you typically hear. But yeah, it was good. But I'm really fucking it. That's next. No, not this weekend. Next weekend or next week. I think it's like next Tuesday it comes out.
Spider-Man?
No, Midsummer. Does
both
Spider-Man too? Oh,
both
what a weekend!
No way.
Yeah, what a weekend!
Because Spider-Man comes out Tuesday next week. Yeah,
there you go.
Let's see.
Well, shit, that puts a lot of pressure on my early because I've got to go see them fucking both like right away.
That's true.
They're both really fun. They look good. It's not like one of those where you're going to see Child's Play because you feel like you have to because you record a podcast you don't make any money doing.
I feel like you're talking directly about me. But let's see. Taskmaster is apparently going to be a villain in Black Widow.
I saw that. I don't know anything about the Taskmaster. I'm calling him the Taskmaster, by the way.
That's fine.
It's just fine.
He's actually kind of a cool. He's got like a skull mask. He's in the new Spider-Man game. He's like a hidden boss in there.
Okay.
Shows up, does some like little challenges. Basically, he's a mercenary, and his special ability is if he watches something enough, he can mimic basically anybody's fighting style or anybody's technique.
Oh, he's like the Shang Tsung of the Spider-Man Marvel universe.
Yes, basically. Yeah.
Question on this. Do we know if this is like a prequel, alternate timeline? Do we know anything?
Everybody is surmising that it's got to be a prequel of some kind set in between Civil War and Infinity War.
I don't know if it does have to be.
I mean, that's what everybody is guessing.
It would be a surprise if it was like something different.
I mean, I don't know how they can bring her back.
I don't know how they can bring her back, but who knows what they've opened up with all this other shit that they're doing.
I'm really excited to find out what's going on in the Marvel universe with the Spider-Man post-credit scenes. Everybody says like they're like
great,
game changers for the universe, which is like, wait, what?
Just put them in the fucking movie.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, God.
Well, and apparently it's the mid-credits one, so you don't have to wait till the end.
I missed, apparently there was a post-credits in Toy Story 4, and I didn't stay for it.
I didn't stay for it.
And I heard it was really touching.
Oh, well, whatever.
Maybe you put it in your movie.
Yeah, whatever. You could. So bitter.
It's annoying. People want to get up and leave.
It's true. It's true. It's not like Toy Story 4 was that long, though.
Well, especially like one of these Marvel movies where it's like, oh, here are the 13,482 people that did, fucking Scarlett Johansson's wardrobe.
There's a little bit of like almost brainwashing there to like make you sit through the whole thing and make you realize like
it is impressive.
Well, it's like, hey, appreciate our movies because look at all these fucking people.
Yeah. Well, how many of them committed suicide because of their miserable lives before the movie even
that's
got
dark.
released?
Wow. I always thought that kept things a little light on this show, but how about that Matrix reboot that everybody's talking about?
I don't understand that. I feel like the stories have to be wrong. It has to be a sequel.
You think
the only
it
way
has
it
to
makes
be
sense?
Okay.
And who's starring in it now? Who's the rumored star of this reboot sequel? Whatever. There's like somebody was tagged. Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan? Really?
Yeah. So, like, if it's a reboot, what
you
are they
said
doing?
It was going to be the Wachowskis. That's what you read.
Yeah, the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
Got that right. Yeah.
That's why I just said the Wachowskis.
Yeah. Oh, see, you played it safe. They could be changing every other day.
I really have no idea.
I think it's Lana and something. But anyway, so the Wachowski siblings, they're apparently, rumor has it, they're writing and directing it.
I don't get this.
And it's a reboot. Who reboots their own movie? Like, you're not giving it a different angle. It doesn't make it has to be a sequel.
It makes no sense to me, partially because it's like, one, you guys have gotten worse as directors. And then the other thing is like,
guys, Alex, you ladies, you gals.
Guys can be used for ladies too. It's a catch-all term. But they're worse as directors, and it's got one of the biggest cultural impacts of the last 20 years. Why would you think about doing this?
Okay, here's the only thing I can say that was positive is 2 and 3 suck. So it's not like you're ruining something that you didn't already ruined.
Reboot it. Or not reboot. No, not reboot it. Or do a sequel because it should be a sequel because the whole like the Neo may come back one day and blah 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 reincarnation. Do it.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, you heard it here first. It's not a reboot. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, if it's not a reboot, some
writer, Hollywood Entertainment Tonight shit writer wrote Reboot in one story, and then everybody else picked it up and they wrote that it's a reboot. Might not even happen. It might just be complete garbage, but you heard it here first. It's a sequel.
And it's a video game.
Yeah, of course.
And then let's see. We saved the best for last. The most important news: Charles Barkley is upset about Space Jam 2.
Yeah, he just thinks the world doesn't need it. Like
that's his shtick. Is that we don't need it?
It's funny because it's like you realize it's not that serious in the first place. The world didn't need Space Jam 1.
No,
but you know what it really is.
The world doesn't need any movies.
Well, I mean.
We like entertainment. Do we need it?
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset if all of a sudden tomorrow you woke up and it was like that Yesterday movie coming out where there were no movies and you're like quoting movies and people don't know what a movie is.
There you go. It's the Yesterday cinematic universe.
But yeah, it's got to just be because they didn't ask him to be in this one.
I would think so. I mean, Charles Barkley strikes me. He strikes me as a guy who's got a bit of an ego.
Yeah, well, it's great, but I do like him because he would just say some dumb shit like this, which is funny.
Yeah,
like he never. One time he said "fat girls in San Antonio," and they like told him to apologize on the air, and he was just like, "No, have you been to San Antonio?" So he is funny, but yeah, no, I thought that was a funny story. You saved the best for last.
Saved the best for last. Yeah, that's
terrible.
Kind of,
just terrible.
God damn. Fucking Barkley. But yeah, we do have some exciting news actually on the podcast.
Okay.
Jackson and I have been working pretty hard, and we've actually got a couple advertisers, and this is actually one of our new advertisements. So it's for a new movie that's coming out, so you guys should go and check it out. Horror movie trailer. The movie. What is happening? Everyone. Why is everyone whispering in this world? Isn't a horror movie trailer. It's either some kind of game or some kind of vacation. What was that?
Obligatory exposition dump.
I'm so scared, Freddy. See. Don't spray it.
Wow, I'm really excited to see that. I can't wait.
It's so good. I assume.
That looks almost as good as the other trailers that we're going to talk about today. Mainly, Charlie's Angels.
Oh, right. Yes, Charlie's Angels. In a world where trailers run rampant, two men stand alone. For it's time.
It looks possibly like the worst experience that I will ever have in my life in a movie theater. I mean, it is everything I can't stand.
I was watching it and thinking, this looks exactly like what you would expect a modern Charlie's Angels to look like.
Right.
But in the worst possible way. And then I think the thing that really is like, it's the cherry on top is the fact that they pimp out the new Miley Cyrus song at the end.
And what's her name? There's like Ariana Grande. It's like going to be the new Lady Marmalade version.
Yeah. And it took me back to the late 90s, early 2000s where every movie had to have like with the original song by Chad Kroeger.
Or Will Smith with his Wild Wild West. Woo! Yeah. But no, it is like it's clearly it's a big feminist movie, which okay, fine. At some point these movies are going to fail enough times where they're going to realize like we can't keep doing this.
Right.
Like this movie's going to bomb, isn't it?
It looks terrible. Horrible.
It does look like the trailer opens, and I think the first line is something like, "Women can do anything that men can do, but sometimes they shouldn't." And like that's the bad guy saying that line. You're just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I was sitting there, and I feel like, am I hearing the lines wrong? Because she's like, well, women can do anything. And then he's like, yeah, they can do anything, but that doesn't mean they should.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, that's true of anyone. Just because you can do anything doesn't mean you should.
Right.
I could strap hamsters to my feet and walk around and kill hamsters all day.
Well, and it does that thing in the trailer where it's like, okay, we're going to have the tech one,
right,
and the badass,
right,
and the whatever. And then the one character, I forget its name, not Charlie, but the guy who's usually the one who actually you see.
Is it like Benson or something?
It's something like that. But now it's Elizabeth Banks is playing that character. She's directing the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like
a pile of shit.
It looks like a living nightmare.
The other thing I love too is like this whole like we're going to be progressive. Look at us, we got females, and it's like that's fine. Women kick out. Alita Battle Angel was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
you know I have no problem with female leads at all or girl power in any sort of way. But if you're going to do that, maybe stick to it instead of like being like, oh, there's another closet with more clothes.
Yeah, right.
You just undercut everything with your massive female stereotype there.
You're right. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, unbelievable.
And it's like, if you're trying to market this as like this new push for like feminism or something, it's like, but they did Charlie's Angels. Like it's not,
it wasn't like, that long ago.
New. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like, that's how you know that we're old though, is like we say, it wasn't that long ago.
Like 20 years ago.
Only 20 years ago that they made that last movie.
It seems like a modern movie. You know,
I mean, that is kind of the truth. And I see, and that's the other thing too, is like, I don't know if that's a side effect of getting older when you're like, it feels like it wasn't made that long ago. It doesn't look like it was made that long ago.
Right.
And then you sit and you watch it and you see
and
like,
it might,
and you're like, wait, we don't have haircuts like that anymore. Wait, she's walking around with a halter top and leather pants.
You know what's funny is my head just made a connection. Crispin Glover was the bad guy in the first Charlie's Angels.
See, I never saw it.
And really?
Yeah.
With Lucy Liu and
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. So he was the bad guy in that. He also played Grendel.
Oh, right.
And he was also the dad in Back to the Future.
Yeah. Classic. What a classy guy doing anything and everything. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the trailer times. Then there's also Dr. Sleep. We got a trailer for that.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about this because I had just talked about this on the podcast before we went on break, that I read the book.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's got a good looking cast. My favorite character in Dr. Sleep was Rose the Hat. And
she's the leader of that, like...
She's the leader of, like, the crew. Yeah,
right.
The bad guys. I forget what they're even fucking called. It's only been a month. But Rebecca Ferguson is playing her.
Yeah.
And I really like her.
Yeah.
So, and Ewan McGregor looks good.
Yep.
It's funny, too, because in the trailer, they cut in what look like clips from the old Shining, but they actually refilmed those.
Yeah, they did a really good job of
Which is like, why? That's weird to me, But yeah, I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be good. I love Mike Flanagan, I believe his name is. He is the guy who directed what was the Stephen King movie? Gerald's Game, and he did The Haunting of Hill House, which is one of the better horror things I think to come out in a long time.
He's got all the faith in the world as far as this goes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we'll
it looks
see.
great. It looks great. See, you notice how we spend very little time on the thing,
on the good ones. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not much to say.
Yeah.
It looks good.
So if you're like a timestamp surfer, you know when something is good. You can just
that's actually true.
30 seconds on something good.
Unless it's one of our BNA reviews episodes.
Right.
Sometimes if something's good, we talk about that for a long time.
That's true. That's true. Because when something's good, you can really just dive right in.
Anything else in trailer time that we need to talk about?
That's it? Not as far as I can tell.
Oh man, there were some great trailers before Toy Story. I'm sure I just forgot them all.
Yeah, I do not remember. I actually
you don't want to talk about that Annabelle trailer?
Oh God,
no!
It looks so.
It looks
good.
Terrible.
It looks.
I'm done. I told the fiance I'm done with those.
Are you done?
Until The Conjuring 3 comes up?
Because
I'm done.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm not seeing the new one.
The Conjuring 3, if it ever comes out, or the new Annabelle?
The new Annabelle.
No, yeah. I've never seen an Annabelle.
Okay.
I haven't seen either of the first two.
Okay.
There's 3 of them now.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, that's it for trailer time?
That's it for trailer time. So
speaking of dolls.
Yeah. Which doll do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's go into Chucky here, because I've been excited to discuss this. I want to start this by saying I get annoyed when Red Letter Media uploads their review before me, because Jay nailed this for me like almost exactly. Because I walked out of the theater and I was with a buddy of mine and I looked over and I'm like, well, that was a Chucky movie with no character. Like there was just no like. It's a huge thing missing. Like people don't like Child's Play movies because they're like good movies. They like the character of Chucky.
They like the schlock. They like the character. That's all it is.
Yes.
This movie, I leaned over to my girlfriend and I said, in the first 5 minutes, I literally said, this is broken beyond repair.
So my question to you is, how is it broken? Because I don't think it's broken. I think it's a serviceable, like...
It's broken because of the main premise being tremendously uninteresting.
It's not very interesting.
The whole, like,
You're right.
It's a disgruntled sweatshop worker.
I like that.
Who turns off the safety valve.
Sure.
on a Chucky doll.
I don't think he should have turned. I think he should have been a little more malicious than that.
It also makes zero sense because it's like, one, this is all automated. There's no way the guy who assembles the doll is also the one who's uploading the programming.
Right.
Fuck off.
You're probably right about that. But I like the thematic relevance of like, okay, these like pretty much sweatshop workers. Like there is a like one of those Asian places. I can't remember where it is, but they've actually got nets built out around their factory. I think it's actually the company that's coming to Wisconsin. The Foxconn company.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Apparently, I think they'll make a little more here, but yeah, apparently they put nets up because people threw themselves off the building. So I saw that and I'm like, okay, that's like relevant. Like they're finding a creative way to do the like corporate bad guy.
Can we talk about the fact that his manager was like, finish this doll and then you're fired?
That didn't make any sense.
And I'll throw you back on the streets where you found a guy with this level of programming knowledge on the streets?
Yeah, that guy would be like the smartest guy in the country.
Are you fucking kidding me? Who wrote this?
See, that doesn't matter though. It's like,
but that's just the beginning though.
Okay, continue.
Like,
it's not interesting. That is true.
A white guy found dead in a watermelon field. How ironic. Wait, what? That's a line in this movie?
I liked that bit because they ended up, he wrapped the skin of the dude's head on I thought that was great.
By the way, spoilers for this. This is a bad movie.
Okay.
This is one of the worst movies I've seen all year.
Oh, stop.
It had nothing of enjoyment.
It had some fun in it. I thought the kid was good.
Fun.
I cared about the kid. Chucky wasn't fun, but...
What's her name is not a convincing mom in any way.
Yeah, I kind of liked her in this because her and the kid kind of played off each other.
I like her as
well.
April Ludgate. I don't like her as this.
They did do the tropey thing where it's like the boyfriend that the kid doesn't like. Oh my God. Yeah,
one of the greatest, most unbelievable. Like you're like, what is this movie? They're like, oh, he's a dick to the kid. He pushes the kid to,
right.
And then just to lay it on even thicker, he goes home to his wife and kid after he was done cheating.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
right.
It's like, really?
Yeah, it was fine.
We had to up the ante. He was. I already wanted to see him die.
But he's an even bigger dick. But okay. This is a movie saved by bits for me. There were a few bits I liked. I liked the idea that like Chucky watches them having fun watching a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and that's where he's like, oh, like I like to play, like, you know, and he sees them laughing, so he like.
But it like never makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense for a little while, and then that motivation of like I want to play with Andy by being violent.
That's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. Motivation, right? Because Chucky in the original movies is a character. He has a personality. He has a clear motivation of something he's trying to accomplish.
Yes.
And he's fun. Yeah. And he cracks jokes. Yep. And he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And in this movie, it's an empty vessel, basically. Yeah. There's nothing there. He's playing. Chucky is Amazon Alexa. Chucky is Google whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not a character.
No.
That's the problem.
And it's also the problem of like we've already seen this before. It's like the laziest version of what you could do with a how would Chucky also nobody would buy this doll.
It's true. Why is a kid's doll the thing that like controls the whole house?
Also, okay, that's a great point. Take that aside for a second. It's like one of the most horrific things you could ever buy. No kid wants this doll.
And I liked that there was a little bit of like, there's commentary on that, right? Because the mom and the kid both are just like, this thing's stupid. Let's just have it around as a gag.
Yeah, but couldn't it be fun to like have it? I don't know. I mean, just spitballing here. Couldn't it be fun to have a doll that looks innocent at the beginning and then because of the possession, it starts looking more and more fucked up? That'd be more fun for me. I don't know.
I don't know if that fits with like the commentary that the movie's trying to have about like our reliance on devices and shit, because it's like basically like when the kid goes in to play with Chucky, it's supposed to be like a metaphor for here's the screen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then at some point the mom has to like take the screen away. Like some of that stuff I actually enjoyed. My problem is
it's surface level commentary though. It's like
it's true.
It's like every parent who's like, oh, these darn kids and their phones.
Right, but
okay.
My main issue, first of all, I'm not saying this is good. Would I recommend this? If you have to see it, I'm not going to tell you not to see it.
If you have a podcast, you kind of have to.
Right, but if somebody's like, should I see the new Chucky? I'll be like, well, do you like gory, whatever?
Didn't
if they
have
say
that
yes,
much gore in it either.
Yeah, but it had a couple really fun.
It had one good kill.
That's pretty great.
It had one good kill, in the whole movie.
I mean, my favorite. We're doing spoilers, right? When he sprays the blood all over the little girl, that was probably my favorite kill.
Sprays the blood over the
guy has like the Chucky head on, and Chucky stabs him in the neck, and when he pulls the head off, the fucker just gushes blood all over this little girl. And I'm like, this is really funny, but it's like, I wish there was a character architect for this chaos that's happening.
Right.
That's my problem with it.
Yeah. I mean, why did he want to kill everybody in the store? Like, I don't.
He's playing.
I
think.
I don't get it. I'll just say too, like the writing in this is just unbelievable, god awful bullshit. I hated the kids that were the Andy's best friends.
The Stranger Things crew, like they were supposed to be like.
Yeah. What is this movie? Is it Stranger Things or is it a Chucky movie? Like, it felt like a kid's movie when they were on screen, and not in a good way. Also, the kid has like two of like the worst lines, or well, at least that kid crew. One of the lines is, and it's one of the most cliche ever, he's just going to leave like everybody else.
Yeah. Well,
that was awful. And then we can't tell anybody about what we did here. No one. Fuck you, movie. Like, you couldn't try.
You're pandering to a baseline audience, though.
I hate pandering.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. But I liked when he killed the cat and shit. Like I like the idea. I kind of like the idea that like he doesn't know what he's doing is wrong, because the original Chucky clearly was a fucking murdering psychopath who had fun
not my
doing
Chucky.
it.
Hashtag not my Chucky.
It's not my Chucky either. Yeah.
It's fucking garbage.
And you've only seen two Chuckies.
Yeah. And in two Chuckies, I am way more endeared to that character than this one.
How much more fun is the character when it's like it's this lifeless doll, and then when he turns into Chucky, it's like his face has. I mean, he's a fucking character.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he runs around, it's like it's
a
little bit.
How did it look better in the 80s?
It did look better. Yeah,
it looked 100%. Better.
Well, I think they did do a lot of practical on this one, and I just don't think the puppets is interesting or as neat looking.
Not just that, but like the movements don't look like it's moving itself. It looks like somebody's controlling it from off screen with a remote control.
People can say the original is cheesy and shit, but there's actually a few shots in that movie that are impressively like well done.
When he's in the
fireplace,
when he's in the fireplace, there's that one. When he's in the hallway and he's half melted and he's coming with
it's awesome.
It's fucking it's a better shot than anything in this
movie. I would agree. 100%.
And it's more interesting. And yeah, it's cheesy 80 bullshit about like, ooh, it's a demon possession voodoo shit. Like,
but that makes it more fun.
But it's fun. It's fun
right.
schlock. I mean, I gave that movie like a C+, B-, I think.
Right, something like that.
This is like a D-. I'll
give this one a C- or
it's not good.
I didn't hate my life. The other thing too I want to point out is
that like the new basis for your like rulings now is like you didn't hate your life?
I hate my life, so it's a C-.
I mean, you're getting married, so like you can't really hate your life. I feel like that's like a baseline that you can't use.
At least not until the wedding.
Jesus Christ.
But no, it was fine. I didn't, I mean, you probably hated it way more than I did. Clearly, I didn't like it. It's not going to be in the.
It just doesn't have anything for me.
News, by the way, on this is that the original Don Mancini or whatever, who wrote every Chucky movie,
right?
Every one of them, they're doing a TV show with Brad Dourif to continue Chucky.
Oh,
the
good.
Real Chucky.
Good.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
That's what they should call it, is the Real Chucky.
Yeah, apparently there's some sort of studio, like one owns Child's Play, the first one.
Oh my God.
So they had to make this. And then now someone else, the direct-to-video guys, own the Real Chucky. So they make the schlocky. I like Cult of Chucky better than this. And Cult of Chucky is terrible.
At least Chucky
has
is,
Chucky.
At least it has Chucky. And it had that one line
With the old lady.
That I loved. Yeah, there was no line in this.
Well, when he's like flipping people off, he's fun.
Yeah.
He's fun. And you got to see the ones like there's ones that like 2 and 3 are actually okay. And one of them, like he gets like mangled up and it's like he bleeds. He's like it's just way better.
Well, that was the thing. Like in the first one is they were talking about like the body is becoming more human.
Right. Yeah.
And that was interesting. That was an interesting lore idea.
Yeah.
I got to say, we said the Real Chucky, and it made me think of The Real World.
Like the show?
Yes, like the show. I would absolutely watch a mockumentary story TV show based on Chucky, where he's like talking to the camera, and I just had to fucking slut.
Dude, that would be perfect.
It'd be
because that's
amazing.
where this franchise has gone now, where it's just like, just do weird shit.
Yeah.
You know,
who cares? It's Chucky.
That would be perfect. Have him like as one of the house, and he's with like a bunch of college idiots, and he's trying not to fucking kill them. You just ruined that. Could have been a pitch show.
Oh my God, episode. It's so good.
Yeah, that is good.
That would be great. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about this.
It's not worth seeing unless you have to see it. Then go see it. I'm not going to tell you not to. Alex is going to tell you not to see it.
I would just say don't see it. It just doesn't have anything of real value.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But let's do Toy Story 4.
On the other side, I thought this was great.
It's good.
I really liked it.
It's a beautiful story.
It is.
Like
it's wonderful.
every Toy Story movie.
It's a wonderful movie. And it just, as the movie goes on, you become more and more endeared to it. And then you're kind of sad when it's over.
I'm going to say this is spoiler free because people should actually see this one. But I would give this like B plus A minus.
Sure. Yeah. It's maybe top 10 of the year.
It's definitely top 10 of the year.
It's not
this year has been shit.
Yeah. It's not there with like, it's not up there with like Up, I don't think. Or,
okay.
No. I'm talking for the year.
Okay.
Though, top 10. Because I've liked a few movies this year now. I like Alita better than this. I liked Hotel Mumbai better than this.
Endgame better than this.
I liked Endgame better than this. But this was solid. I mean, anybody who had any fears that they're dragging this on or whatever,
I mean, there is a certain amount of it where I'm like, did we need this? Not really. And I think that's why the box office is not bad for this movie, but it's not
bonkers.
It's not crazy like I was expecting. And I think that's partially because there are a fair amount of people who said we had the perfect send-off for these characters. We don't really need to revisit them.
Well, they almost had the perfect send-off again in this movie, though. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's what Toy Story is just going to become, is saying goodbye to these characters
over and over. Toy Story 8.
Oh my God. Okay, talk about shit we liked.
Shit we liked. Oh, I was going straight for didn't like. I liked like the horror element of it with like the dolls, the freaky dolls.
The dummies in this are
they were
scarier than Chucky is in his own movie.
Because you care about what's happening.
Yes.
Well, because I was like, oh shit.
And they also timed shit outright, too.
Yeah, it was creepy. And like even the girl doll was creepy.
Yep.
I liked that.
Keanu Reeves' character is he's pretty good. Fantastic.
Yeah. I liked pretty much. There wasn't anything I hated.
Bo Peep is so great in this.
Well, that was interesting too, because like I'm not like a Toy Story aficionado. I don't own the Toy Story movies. Mm-hmm. I remember Bo Peep was like a character, but she was just like kind of a side character, right?
She was a side character. I mean, she was very clearly Woody's love interest.
Okay.
But yeah, she was a side character. I feel like we haven't seen her since Toy Story 1, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like she was absent. She was definitely absent for 3. Maybe absent for 2.
How good is the animation in this?
It's fucking insane.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
There are shots where it's predominantly like background.
And it looks real. Yeah, it's insane.
I had to go to the bathroom really quick, and I came back and I was like, wait, is this the right theater? Because this looks fucking real.
It's fantastic. Pixar,
And I gotta say, you go into these movies, and I was in a really packed theater.
Okay.
And kids crying. And, and I could complain about it, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? It felt like a family environment.
Sure.
We walked in and everybody you could just tell everybody was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
It was not the same feeling in the Chucky movie. I felt alone.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, yeah, you're right. There were more people at my Chucky movie than there were, because I went to a late Toy Story Dodge the Kids viewing at like 10:30. I went.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good call. Yeah. I went to a 7:50. You can't dodge them then.
Yeah, but it is true. Like, kids movies are different though, because you have fun listening to the dumb kids laugh. Yeah. Like the dumb laughs and shit, like at Forky, like it makes the movie funnier.
God, Forky. How did we forget Forky?
Yeah, he was great.
This is Toy Story Forky.
Yeah, and I was watching it and I was thinking to myself, like, okay, like I would be laughing at this if I was in a full theater, because the kids would make me laugh that were laughing at this. But I didn't laugh hysterically at this movie or
Forky
anything.
Got me on multiple occasions.
He was pretty good. What a wonderful story too. Like the toy doesn't matter.
Trash.
And Woody explains it, and it's true. It's like, this is the most important thing. It doesn't matter that it's this dumb thing.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a moron kid here, and they're idiots, and they think this is a toy. So
that's the quote verbatim from the movie. Woody is very pissed in this movie.
Complaint or thing that maybe I'm missing, because like I said, I'm not a Toy Story. I wouldn't even consider myself like a big Toy Story fan.
I'm a big one.
Okay.
Toy Story 1 is one of my favorite animated movies of all time.
Well, they're all great. That's the thing that's crazy.
I think
they've made 4 great movies. 2 is amazing.
2 is really good. 2 is the slight dip off in quality, and then 3 kind of raises again.
I think the 4 is the worst.
I would say I would agree, but it means nothing.
Exactly. But anyway, so I thought Buzz was like part
underutilized.
Yeah, I thought he was like. I thought they were like both co-stars.
They're like
they're not co-stars
they're
anymore.
The Cap and Iron Man of the Toy Story franchise.
Not in this one.
Yeah.
No, Buzz is an idiot who shows up like 3 times and says dumb shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I guess maybe that's not a complaint, but I don't know.
He had some really funny shit in it, though.
Well, yeah, he thinks that his inner voice is like the buttons he presses.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good.
He's
an idiot.
Really good.
He's fun. He's an idiot, but it's like he was a part. The first movie is all about those two.
Yes,
what
the new does to the old, and what the old has to do for the new. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing about this movie too, and that's why it does feel like a little bit of a retread, which is why it's a slight downgrade from the others, which is we already kind of dealt with the whole like letting go of toys and growing up and stuff. And this does some tweaks on it thematically, and it changes things a little bit, but it's not that big of a difference. It's still dealing with basically the same theme.
Well, and it's weird because it's dealing with toys letting go of kids, but we know that toys don't have a conscience in real life, so it doesn't have the same impact.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it hits you in 3 because you think about like, wow, I totally just,
Yep.
But in this one, it's like, well, I can't really relate to this necessarily because these are toys.
I get what they're trying. I get what they're trying to do,
right?
And it works to a certain degree.
Sure.
It really is a beautiful, beautiful movie, though. There are a few shots that are just. You're like, are you kidding me? Like this.
Yeah, it's stupid how good it looks.
They go to an antique shop and they're at the top. And their light is playing off the chandeliers. And that is just one of the prettiest things I've seen on screen all year.
There's a scene outside in the rain, like towards the beginning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
It's gorgeous.
If they weren't designed to look cartoony, it would maybe look like real life.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have too much more to say about the movie.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, go. It's
absolutely
another wonderful fucking movie.
I don't care if you're 50 or if you're 12. This movie is for fucking everybody.
Well, and it's great because, you kind of get reminded of Toy Story as you're watching it. Like, I guess another complaint would be that a lot of the side characters that we've grown to know and love are kind of underutilized. This is a Woody movie. It really is.
It is.
It is.
It really is. Well, it's a Woody and Bo Peep movie.
Right.
Those are the two leads.
Yep. And then the new characters that they meet and whatever.
Yes.
But a lot of the characters you like are just kind of like stuck somewhere and they don't do anything.
And there is something to, sad about, like Ernest is dead. Yep. So we will
Don
never.
Rickles,
Don
I think.
Rickles is dead. Mr. Potato Head. Yeah. I mean, that's sad. It's sad. And that does limit what they can do with certain characters. But a lot of the characters are well utilized. We got the guy from Not Always Sunny, Curb Your Enthusiasm. The agent.
Jeff Garland.
Jeff Garland, yeah. He's
and
used
Forky
to
is what's his name? The son
Arrested
Development.
Buster from Arrested Development. It's the perfect. It's the best casting I've seen all year.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Maybe of all time.
I don't have anything else to say there. I suppose it's time for the shit we watched, huh?
Yeah, it is. Back by popular demand, our theme song. Whoa. Shit we watched.
Before we get into this, though, no comments on shit we watched theme song, but we did get a note this week. We got an email. Hey, guys, I completely agree with Jackson's take on Brightburn. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, but it simply didn't live up to expectations set by the trailer. It was good fun. It was good and fun for what it was, but could have been so much more. Glad you guys are back from the break. Looking forward to more episodes, especially your Far From Home and Midsummer reviews. So next week, or the week after next.
Who wrote that?
That would be Matthew from Texas.
Thanks,
and
Matt.
I won't give out his email address.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we don't need him getting mail.
You'll give it to me later, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, you have access to our email address.
I know.
Just don't ever go in there.
No.
But yeah, thank you. And more letters, folks. We also got a note regarding Us, and I lost it, but somebody disagreed with our idea that it wasn't about race. They thought it was about race.
Right.
And I don't. It's totally not about race in this
and
one.
And by us, he's talking about the movie.
No, our show is all about race.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I disagreed with that. So if you're listening, remind me who you were again, because in the plethora of social media madness,
right,
I can't find the damn comment, and I feel really bad about it because I thought it was a good one.
Right. Well, and I mean, that's something I feel like maybe I'll go in a second, because that's a movie that requires a second viewing anyways.
It really is. I just got it. I got to watch it again. I'm excited to watch it again.
Yeah. So, maybe we'll let you know what we think.
Nah, you're wrong.
Jesus. I'm always open. That's not true. That's not true.
No, you're That's not true. Dude, just watch Chucky again. It's a masterpiece.
I'm always open to be told I'm wrong. Yeah, it's not true.
Yeah, we wouldn't have this show if that was the case, I don't think.
That's true.
And I think if you're going to do this, you got
to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
About who I am.
Right.
A douche.
You got to be somebody who, we're both kind of douches and but anyways, shit we watch.
If you're a douche out there, start a podcast.
Right.
You might find success. But yeah, what do you want to start with? What did you watch for shit we watched?
I watched Always Be My Maybe on your recommendation.
And you didn't like it.
I was really disappointed.
Were you?
I thought it was like a sitcom stretched to an hour and a half long.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was like literally like, okay, set piece scene in kitchen. And then you have like, how like in Seinfeld, before you see the shot inside the restaurant, you have the shot with the outside of the restaurant.
Right.
Every scene was like that.
I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. I mean, it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah, but there's good ones though.
There are. But I mean, this was nothing.
Okay. Every actor in it was pretty bad outside of the main two. The dad was terrible. Like absolute, like I couldn't even take him seriously, and his wife died like oh shit. Spoilers.
Whatever.
His wife died
it's on Netflix.
tragically.
It's on Netflix.
It's got it's tropey as all fuck.
It is.
Yeah. There's even the scene, and it drives me nuts when, like, okay, you know what though? This is where I run into a problem because I've just seen too many movies. Because I'm watching, he's going to tell her how he feels, and you just fucking know. Wait, I have to tell you first.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we're doing this.
Well, and that's the thing. Did you watch the trailer?
I did, but I don't remember anything but Keanu in the trailer.
Okay, because I remember the trailer, so
that was in the trailer.
That was in the trailer. Oh. She's like, I have to tell you, and I met this guy.
Put it in the trailer because everyone's going to know what's about to happen anyways.
Right. Well, for me, the thing is, and I know that this is your time for Should We Watch, the thing for me that made that work was they actually spent a little bit of time in the Keanu relationship, and they broke that up. I mean, but I was surprised that they got together as early as they did. I thought for sure the end of it was going to be them getting together finally.
Okay, so I get it. So you didn't think there would be that segment where they're together and then they break up again?
Yes.
And then, okay.
Yeah, I did not see that coming for whatever reason. Maybe it was just because I really like the two leads.
I like them a lot. I thought they were pretty good, but it's just, I don't know. Like it didn't.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about the movie is it rides solely on those two. And you're right that nobody is really that great outside of them.
Fucking the lesbian friend was annoying as shit. Not funny.
She wasn't fun. She never made me laugh, but I never was like annoyed with her.
I was annoyed. It's just wedged in nonsense. It was. Sorry to make you trying to slyly take a drink. It was just. I did like the ending. I gotta say, it's one of those. I mean, it's a fucking manipulative fucking movie, and it knows what it's doing.
Yeah,
it's just so. Like, I feel like they wrote a draft of this in like 20 minutes and then they went and filmed they took one take of every fucking scene. And then they were like, okay, well, how do we not awkwardly put these scenes together? Oh, I know. We'll just wedge in establishing shots with different fucking, hip hop or whatever music playing over them. Well, it's the park. It's a park scene or it's, whatever. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
What?
I expected, because I'm hearing when you start like hearing buzz about something like this.
I don't think I told you it was great though.
You told me it was good. You gave me a B+. I asked you if it was as good as Crazy Rich Asians, and you said, I believe it's more my kind of movie.
Yeah, it's more my style.
I actually talked to my buddy Nate about that because he agrees with you, and I think that's just nonsense.
It's just more my style. Like When Harry Met Sally is my favorite romantic comedy of all time because they just feel like real people.
Okay, yeah, but that's just it. This doesn't feel like real people to me.
I mean, they're archetypes. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But they felt more real to me than like the princess sort of nonsense in Crazy Rich Asians.
But there was like real character stuff in that movie with the mom and the family. I
actually felt like there's real character stuff in this. Like the whole, like he doesn't want to leave his. In all honesty, I really thought it was quite good in that he's somebody who clearly thinks that, oh, I'm gonna be here for my dad. And it's all these excuses why he's not going to leave. And the whole reason is because he's scared of failure.
Well, I think part of the reason that bothered me too is because like that was one of those where it's like, I get it. I get it.
But it's also one of those things that there are a lot of. I feel like that speaks to a certain type of like man, you know, like, oh, I have family responsibilities. I can't leave. And then, these type of people, they own that, and then it becomes the crutch, for their whole life.
They're full of shit, and
but I can't leave because my dad's sick, and it's like, no. You have your own life, but it's great because
he's not sick. That was kind of like
that was good.
Well, and the other thing too that bothered me is, I'm sorry, but your fucking girlfriend is a cartoon character,
right? Yeah.
What? Come on.
It was slightly enhanced reality, is what you would call it.
And here's the thing. I thought Crazy Rich Asians was great. They're two different kind of movies, but even if they're two different kind of movies, if I think one of them's great and one of them's like, okay, even if I usually like this type of movie, like I can't imagine somebody sitting through both of these and not enjoying themselves more with like Michelle Yeoh and all the shit going on. Aquafina. I mean, the movies
and Michelle Yeoh are the best parts. In all honesty, the two main characters are the least interesting to me, which is, to me, that's a problem with the movie. I still liked it. I think I gave it like a B at the time. I can't remember.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's a little saccharine for me.
Okay.
I think that's my main problem.
That was great.
But
what it's just
lovely.
Joy. I mean, just lovely. And yeah, that fucking, what's the Mahjong game at the end? Oh God, I felt so much power.
As an Asian woman, you felt a ton of power. Well, that's
the other thing. I'm only comparing these movies because they're both Asian rom-coms.
Right.
I'm being honest about that.
It would be nice. It will be nice eventually when we have enough of these sort of like different races starring in different movies that like the comparisons between them won't be so readily available.
But to be fair, like that was like a watershed. Crazy Rich Asians was like this huge thing. And I heard some of that about this too. Like it's got great representation and whatever. And I'm watching this and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. It didn't do nearly as much for me. It is interesting that the trolls came out, I think, on both sides. I think this is a heavily bullshit. This is a perfect tomato sphere, we'll call it, of bullshit.
Who's like using this as the hill to die on?
Okay, so here's
what's wrong with these people on either side? What's wrong with you?
Well, this has a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's preposterous. I can't imagine that. Considering the shit that critics bitch about all the time. Like
we're flipping roles here.
Yeah.
Because I said the same thing about Logan.
Okay.
You know, and I was like, but you're like, yeah, but look at the score. Is everybody giving it a 9 or are they giving it an 8 or a 7.5? Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a enjoyable watch. Yeah, it's not great.
But Logan's like a well put together movie. This has bad acting. It's got stale camera work. It's got annoying, cheesy music. Like this is the kind of shit critics hate. It's got a 91%, but the audience score, 25%. Now it certainly does not deserve a 25%.
No, certainly not.
That's certainly trolls who are mad because
I would have fully expected this movie to have like a 70, like low 70s, 71, 72.
Yeah, it just seems like one of those harmless movies.
That's why I'm like, you know, you're hating on it so bad. I'm like, fine.
I'm hating on you because I was really excited about it. Thanks, Alex.
I never told you to get excited.
You told me it was the best movie you've ever seen.
We can rewind and we can go back.
In your life.
In my life,
and no, somebody else hyped it up to me, too.
Okay. So I've got a quick one. It's another Netflix thing.
Okay.
You're going to hate me for this. I started watching Jessica Jones season 3.
Oh, no. I heard it's good, but everybody said it was... No, it's got to be awful. No, it's not. Yeah.
You're wrong if you think that.
Oh, is Spoiler Steve going to have something to say to us?
Come on the show. I'll tell you why you're wrong.
I mean, I don't know what he thinks of it, but I'm sure he likes it.
We can live stream. There we go. Here's a podcast challenge. We can live stream watching the first episode, and I'll point out every moment of shit. It's garbage.
I commented on Twitter or something that like I couldn't get through the second episode of the second season, so I just am never going to watch this.
No, don't go back.
No.
It's bad. She's unlikable. The characters are still all unlikable. The acting is awful. Jessica Jones as a character is not interesting. She's just like, I'm so upset about my childhood. Gonna go drink some more.
Still?
Yeah.
How many seasons are they going to run through this?
Yeah.
This just going to be her thing forever?
Yeah, exactly. She's a stagnant...
Oh, wait, it's canceled, right?
Yeah.
So you'll never have to deal with this again.
She's a stagnant character.
Did you finish this?
No. It was really funny.
It was really funny.
It was really... I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know, tell the girlfriend, hey, we should turn this on. You know, I could use a good laugh. It's not a good laugh bad. It's just awful.
Right. That's the worst kind of bad, too.
I turned it off after 15, 20 minutes, came back to it the next day. I said, let's try this again. Watched another 20 minutes, turned it off, came back the third day, watched like the last 15 of that episode and started the next one. This moment epitomizes, and this will be the end of my review for this. It epitomizes what Jessica Jones is. There's a moment where you remember the sister, the blonde one?
Yeah, the Transformers Australian chick, right?
Yeah, she gets some superpowers in the last season.
Okay, so it's turning into like a CW show.
Yeah, and she's going to like start being a hero. So she goes to the shop.
You spoiled it for me now. I'm pissed.
Yeah, everybody should be so upset with me. Spoiling the great Jessica Jones. It's fucking. So she goes to a costume shop to try on costumes to be a superhero. She wears her comic accurate outfit.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, hell no."
Oh, so they're making one of those jokes like in the first X-Men movie.
Yeah. Hey, look how ashamed we are of the source material that we're making
That's
into
gotta drive you nuts.
I fucking hate it. Go fuck yourself, Marvel TV. Jeff Loeb. Oh, there was a guy who worked on Marvel TV. He did like a live question and answer thing on Reddit. And he didn't reveal his identity, but everything he said came true. He had all these predictions about what happens in all of these seasons, and they all came true. He said that Jeff Loeb is a dick, and he's the one who like insisted.
Hold on, who said this? Who said this?
A guy on Reddit
who's tied in somehow
to the Marvel TV. He said he works for Marvel TV. Didn't reveal his identity, but he did this.
He spoiled the whole fucking thing.
He did this a few months ago. He revealed a bunch of shit about Daredevil season 3 and also Jessica Jones season 2. Basically, he just said Jeff Loeb, the head of the Marvel TV division, is a dick. He doesn't believe in costumes. He's just
Isn't he a comic book writer?
Yeah, he wrote like.
Didn't he write like the Hush, like Batman Hush and shit?
He wrote The Long Halloween.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's absolute insanity. It's almost hard to believe, but then you look at what he's done as the head of Marvel TV, and there's no way I can't believe this.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just a dumb joke that we've done too many times too, right?
Yeah. So
I mean, it's over.
It's over.
Superheroes are cool now.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yep. I'm done. So I'm so happy.
It's all over.
It's freeing.
Yeah, I bet it is because you made yourself watch these fucking things.
I'm not gonna finish watching it.
Ugh.
It's too bad. I just hate it too much. So, F.
If you guys want to place bets on this, let me know that he watches it. He's got to be honest. Yeah.
Oh man, definitely not. But what else do you have?
Let's see here. No, I already talked. That's it. And it's because, I guess, unless you have something else, I mean.
One last real quick thing.
Okay.
Neon Genesis Evangelion was added to Netflix. It's one of the greatest animes of all time.
Okay.
I started watching it from the first episode.
How many episodes are there? Is it huge?
God. It's no. It's not long. It's like a mini series, basically.
Okay.
It's basically like one of the main influences for Pacific Rim.
Okay.
But it's great. Way more cerebral.
It's good?
It's fucked. It's a fucked show. I highly recommend it for anybody.
Why don't we do Jackson Watches Anime on that for a topic? Like
I could do that.
The week, maybe next week or the week after.
We could do that.
All right, yeah, let's do that because I'll watch that.
I mean, there are things that you will hate about this. Like, that is for sure.
Okay.
But there are things that you're going to be like, that was...
It's pretty fucking awesome.
There are things that
I still have to finish fucking Death Note.
Yeah.
Which, that kind of makes me sad because it must have really fallen off because I was like burning through that.
Right.
And then I got to a point where I just hit a wall.
Yeah. As a series, it does sort of hit a wall.
Yeah.
But the
beginning of it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It was great.
So, that's it.
All right.
And the reason you didn't watch more shit is because
we had to restart Dark.
Yes.
We had to do a rewatch of Dark. You tried to watch season 2 without watching season 1 first. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so you probably started it and realized that you and the girlfriend had no hopes whatsoever of.
Correct.
I got to imagine, like, because I'm into season 2 now, which we're not going to talk about today because that's going to be its own episode, I'm assuming.
Yes.
We'll probably do a spoiler Dark series to this point review,
correct,
right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I started the second season when I started, I'm like, there's no fucking way anyone could do this.
Yeah.
Especially after 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, it was, I was keeping up because when I really like something, you
can remember it a little bit as you go.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But
the first season, so we both of us have rewatched the first season in the last like 5 days or whatever.
Yes.
If you're not watching this show, just stop watching television.
I have to say Two thoughts that came to mind when I was watching it. One, if you're not watching this and you like sci-fi or character dramas or
horror even or
just
thriller
or just quality writing and quality acting, just quality. If you like quality,
that is the word.
You are robbing yourself of a good time. Period.
Dude, it's so good. It's like you're watching it and it looks better than most movies, even though there's not really many effects in it.
Yeah.
But the way everything looks, the sound design, the fucking soundtrack, the music selection when they use real music, like it's all masterfully implemented. Everything they do is great.
Yep.
Every performance, even though it's tough because they're speaking German, so I don't know what like a wooden German actor would sound like, but they seem great.
You can tell they're not bad because just like the physical acting.
Yeah.
And then there's the weird effect that the show has, and this is not even talking about the quality, but just watching something foreign for this many hours. You start feeling like you can almost understand the language.
Yeah.
Which is like great because like somebody they'll come in and they'll say something, you'll be like, oh my God, I got that just by how they said it.
Well, and there's moments where I started to realize like, oh, they fucked up that captioning because I heard that word 2 episodes ago and they used a different version to mean the same thing. Because the subtitles are written by somebody. You have to form it to fit English, right?
Yeah.
You have to like restructure it so that it sounds. And by the way, I say watch this with subtitles, though I do have a buddy in Arizona who pisses me off because he watches it dubbed. And I can't imagine doing that, but
I mean,
but if that's what you have to do to watch the show,
welcome to the anime community.
Yeah, but that's like
it's different.
It's way different.
It's way different, but it is an age-old debate that is had in that community. And
I feel like with anime, I might go dubbed.
Oh, you absolutely
because I don't need to line up the fucking lips. It doesn't matter.
No, exactly. It's distracting in this, and also I don't feel like the English acting is all that good.
You've watched some of this?
I watched because I wanted to try and see if I could, and I just couldn't. I started the first episode on my first watch.
Okay.
In English, and I just said, nah, I can't do this.
I got to imagine there's people that have turned it on and just turned it off because they start it and they're like, fuck this.
Well, I think it ruins some of the tone for people who can't get over how silly it looks to have a mouth not match what's actually being said, because it would ruin the tone of the show.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
A serious fucking show, and it's thematically denser than just about anything I've ever seen.
It is. You have to watch it. You have to actually pay attention.
Oh yeah,
and it's great because it stretches your mind in that like sci-fi crazy shit happening way. But it also is one of the best character drama things that I've seen ever, maybe. Yeah. I mean, every character is well built.
Yeah.
They're either likable or hateable. The hateable ones have like things where you kind of understand where they're coming from. The likable ones are, well, why'd they do that? But that's like a real person.
Yeah. It has no plot holes, which for the nature of this story, which I'm not going to get into because we're doing spoiler free, because everybody should watch this.
Yeah. I mean, how would you describe the show without...
I don't think you
what's
can.
Your synopsis of the show? Are we going to do this without talking about what the show is about at all?
I think we should for spoiler free, because I think the impact that would have on somebody going into this, not knowing anything.
I didn't know
amazing.
anything. Right.
Yeah. You didn't. Yeah. When
nothing.
It's like episode 2 or episode 3 when it's revealed and you're like mind fucking blown. You're like, whoa, that's what this show is about. So basically how I would describe it is small town has lots of people with secrets in it.
Missing kid.
Yeah. And the main character, his father kills himself, but we have no idea why.
Right.
And he left a note and said, don't open until such and such date. And that's all I will say. It's phenomenal.
I sent you a text watching this that it might be hyperbole or it might be the best show I've ever seen.
Right.
And I've reevaluated that too. So you finished the second season. You say it's great.
Yeah.
I'm 3 episodes into the second season. It's still great where I'm at. But if they do 3 seasons that are this good, right? I mean, I think it might be my favorite show ever.
Yeah.
It has that potential.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculously. We can't heap enough praise on this. Do we agree? Like A plus?
This is A plus. This is this is in my top 3 TV shows of all time.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
It's so fucking good.
I would say, and I know you love Stranger Things, but I think this is the best thing Netflix has done. And they've done some great shit. I really like Stranger Things too.
It's so tough because like there are things that this doesn't have that Netflix or that Stranger Things has.
Sure.
That, I mean, of course it wouldn't be in this show because it doesn't fit that show. They're just the music and Stranger Things and like the pop culture references and sort of like the fun tone with the kids.
It's going with like the old school Goonies style vibe.
Yeah, yeah. And those are things that I love, but it's like, can I honestly say it's more well crafted than this show?
There's no way you could say that.
I don't think that there is a show that's more well crafted.
It's crazy.
I mean, at least from a script and narrative perspective.
The cinematography, dude, like you see a shot of the woods in this show, and it's like your mind is bending.
Yes.
It's like it's the woods.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. This show is unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, Netflix, that to me, because I might have given the horror show an A+ too, but this is way better than that. Like I don't fucking know. Is there is an S available grade to give something? Like, can I go A++? Because this might fuck up all grading of shows,
right? Because
like every show that's tied at A+ might have to drop
down to at least an A.
Down to an A.
I mean. To me, I had been debating on, is this show perfect? And I've been, because of this show.
It's perfect.
Literally because of this show, I started thinking about like, what is perfect? And what does perfect mean? And what does perfect look like? Because of this fucking show. And it's not just that like it made me think about perfect, but it puts you in a mindset about thinking about reality and life and what things mean.
Yeah.
In a way that no other show does, and it tickles that inquisitive philosophical part of your brain like no other show.
It's got everything that a good drama should have on TV too, because every episode you want to hit play when the episode's done because there's something else that you're excited to learn about or what's going to be the next thing. It nails that perfectly. It's got that. Did you notice it has a form? Like I didn't notice it the first time, but it has a formula.
I didn't notice it the first time I watched it. The season 1, it has a formula. Sure. I don't think it has I don't think it strictly adheres to it in season 2, but like the whole like structure of an episode.
Yeah, there's like, okay, well, fuck, we can't talk about it.
Right.
But yeah, we will talk about it. There's a certain thing that happens towards the end of every episode. There's like a kind of a way that they show something.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
There's episode 3. There's a scene in this that gave me goosebumps.
Yep.
Like absolute fucking goosebumps. Like I couldn't handle it.
I will say what I'll say about the formula, the thing that I love the most is it doesn't insult the audience. It expects you to keep up and it expects you to be smart. And in that, I'll say a lot of episodes end with it's basically a montage to a song usually.
Yes. That's exactly what I thought you were talking about.
And there's almost no dialogue at the end of an episode.
Some of the best shit in the show.
And some of the best shit happens with no dialogue happening. And it's fucking masterful. It's unbelievable. Like, as anybody who's a writer or an actor, you can only hope to create something half as good as this.
Right. And Netflix doesn't have it at the top of their list of new shit that's on Netflix.
Well,
they can get fucked.
That's one of the most egregious.
If this show doesn't get viewers and it gets fucking canceled, I am going to flip shit. I am not, dude, I will be so upset, dude.
B&A versus Netflix will be coming.
Dude, I
thought
about it like a third, I was like a third of the way through the first season again, and I'm like, what if this gets canceled? Like, I can't. I mean, that's the other thing too. Is like, I was thinking, I was like, it's not just that you're robbing yourself of like a good quality experience with TV if you don't watch this, but like, it's a shame that this is not in the cultural zeitgeist like Stranger Things. It's because it's German.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's only because this is better than any Game of Thrones season. The first season of Dark is better than any season of Game of Thrones.
I have a friend who I finally got to start watching this.
Is this our mutual friend?
Yes.
And what did he think?
He's 3 episodes in and he's like, I still like Westworld more. I'm like, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, that first episode is great. And yeah, Westworld season 1
It's pretty fucking good.
Is one of the best single seasons of any show ever, in my opinion.
He's only 3 in, though.
That's what I'm saying.
He's only 3 in.
I'm like, just give it time.
The show is so fucking crazy.
Yes.
Like you like after every episode, I was looking over at the fiance like, this show is so good. I can't even take how good this is.
I mean, it's a masterclass in how to do setups and payoffs and how to do reveals.
Yes.
It's
none of them are weightless. Like they're all heavy.
It's insane. It's one of the greatest viewing experiences of my life. Well, and you think
about like, okay, you were talking about it being perfect. Like we always talk about how nearly impossible it is to make a perfect movie. How do you make something like this perfect?
It's
because this is taking it like Back to the Future is perfect. But I mean, that is a movie that's perfect in part because of how simple and awesome and great it is.
Yes.
This is a movie that is perfect in spite of itself.
Right. Because it is one of the most complex.
Not a movie, it's a show. Sorry.
Right. It's one of the most complex things you'll watch because there are so many things you'll be like, wait, what? Hold on. There will be times when you're going to want to pause and just like clarify something.
I do it a lot.
Yeah.
I do it a lot.
And it's not a bad thing. It's not like some people be like, that's a detriment. No. It's a good thing because it means that the show is so intelligent. You have to stop and think for a second.
It's not the show's fault because everything has been laid out for you.
Yes.
And it's up to you to put the pieces together just like the characters are trying to put the pieces together. And usually you're right there with them. Like you don't know much that they don't know.
Right.
In most cases, like there's a couple things that you do, but like as far as like them kind of piecing shit together and why is it this way?
Yeah.
You know, what is happening to these things that's making them react this way and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like you're learning it as they are, even though you do have one key piece of information that they don't have. But outside of that, it's brilliant.
Do you want to spend like 5 or 10 minutes on spoilers? Because I feel like...
No, I think we should save them.
Do you think so?
Go watch the show.
How long do we like? Okay, so the Russo brothers gave people like 2 or 3 weeks before spoilers.
I think we do. We break out. So this is our spoiler-free dark review. Well, no, maybe we'll do that too. Season 1. Yeah. We'll do a spoiler season 1 review. I don't know how you want to break this out, but I don't think we review spoilers here. Okay. You already said we weren't doing it. Let's not do it.
Enough.
It's a great show. Watch the fucking show. Missing Kid show.
I was just being weak because I love this and
that you want to talk about it. I know.
Talk about it so bad.
We're gonna just hang on.
Hang on. Keep it in your pants.
Yeah. Blue ball for a week until. Oof.
You got to finish season 2.
Dude. I can't wait. I can't wait for season 3.
And that's something that I will. I mean, I'm just going to say that for anybody who actually does start and you're worried about season 2. If you do start this and you're like, season 1 was great, how could season 2 be as good? It's in keeping with the show's greatness.
The few episodes I've watched have been just as good as the first season.
Yeah.
And actually, this is a show where I couldn't believe it, but rewatching season 1, I thought it was better than I did the first time I watched it. And I thought it was like the greatest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm actually Googling as I'm talking here to find out if they renewed Dark for season 3.
I think it might
Dark season 3, Netflix series renewed for final season.
Oh, good.
So we're going to get one more season.
See, this is how you make a show. You have a clear fucking cut idea.
It's a trilogy.
You don't fucking stretch it out. You don't do like the Office thing where you kind of hate the last season a little bit because it's not that good.
Right.
You have an idea. You have an end goal in mind.
Yeah, but it's so sad. How many more episodes are we going to get then? Like 8 to 10 more episodes, and then although you know what, it's so good on a rewatch. Who gives a fuck? Just watch it again.
That's where I'm at. My favorite show, one of my favorite shows of all time, it's in the top 3 with Dark, would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it's an anime that's a short miniseries.
Yeah,
it's a miniseries. It's like 4 12-episode seasons or something like that.
Okay,
so that's my type of storytelling. Have a goal.
I'd rather have it end after 3 seasons and be good, and you know it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's unreal. It's just, I'm like...
You know what I love is how they say Noah's name with their German ass. Noah.
Oh, Noah. Unbelievable character.
Don't even say anything. It's so good.
But, man.
All right. Well, I think that's been it for us, right?
That is it for us. Next week, you guys can get excited. We've got one of our rotating segments is Bored and Annoyed watches a terrible movie.
Okay. Yep. And it's going to be what? The Vampire's Kiss thing, which I've never seen.
Vampire's Kiss.
I've never seen this.
So I hope you guys know your alphabet. A, B, C,
I don't
D.
know this reference.
You will.
All right. Perfect. But yeah, it's been an enjoyable time shooting. We finally got to talk about Dark. So
it's just makes me just all giddy inside.
Yeah, I agree.
But thanks for listening, guys.
Yep. All right, there you go. That's an episode.
Yep.